Okay, so we got this gentleman here. But before we get into his picture, this is what we're going to do. Okay. What I'm going to do is up here on the top of my page, I'm going to draw some eyes, some eyebrows, a nose, and a mouth shape. And I'm going to pretend that the top of these two eyes are the top and bottom of a rectangle. Okay? The eyebrows are really here. And you get it? The nose is, this is here, and then this, remember, is the bottom of the rectangle, okay? And this is called configuration. But if I had to put it in a easier term for you to understand, we'll call it, we'll say, you ever seen those movies where they have a secret passcode or a key, a secret key, and in order for you to unlock a room, you might have to put both keys in at the same time. They have to be turned at the same time. So and if you don't do it exactly like that, the door won't open. Well, the same thing with caricature. If everybody's face has a configuration of features, and that configuration is based off of some shape. So normally it's going to be a triangle. We have squares. We have rectangles. We have circles, right? And we also have, let me see what else. I think those are pretty much the ones that we can do. Now, these shapes obviously can be, changed. You can draw them bigger, smaller, taller, shorter, but these are the basic configurations that you're going to see in a face, okay? And what does that mean? That means that the top of the shape, right, is when you're drawing this person, let's use these same shapes right here and go down to this one. What happens here is that my shapes are going to go inward, then my nose will be it'll be in the middle of that shape, and then the bottom of my shape is going to be wider, right? And therefore, if I drew a triangle around this, you can see that my shapes get progressively bigger as they go this way. The cool thing about that shape is that it can also be turned upside down. So let's say we did it like this, right? Now, my shapes will be out here, and my nose can be whatever size I want it to be in the middle of the top and bottom shapes. But then I'll do like this, and I'll put my eyebrows out here. Now, using the same exact features, okay, let's make the nose big too. I created two different looking people, okay? And this works for no matter which way you put it. So let's go over here and go to our square. So now we have two shapes here, shape here. We got a nose, wherever that nose may go between the top and bottom. But we want to keep the edges of our shape so that it goes into a square shape, okay? And then over here, of course, we can go to a rectangle shape, which means things are going to get a little longer. And then here, right, we can do like this, and it's a circle shape, right? So therefore, we can bring our shapes way out here, right, in case you want to, right? And see how everything just kind of flows into a circle shape. Okay, so this is what makes people look like them. So the reason that I picked up, the reason that I picked this guy out right here, first of all, he's an easy person to draw, but we're going to look at how this equates to that. Okay, so remember, as we go back, we were talking about what makes complication. If you can't make a cartoon that looks like him just using these types of basic ideas, two circles, a nose, and a mouth, right? You can't draw him any other kind of way and make him look like him. This is the basis, okay? So let's look at his features real quick as I zoom in on his features, okay? I don't have a way to draw on this. I really wish I would have had but I guess I could take a picture of it and maybe put it next to my screen. I got to get one of those things, those pads where you can write right on the screen. I do have one, but I didn't think to plug it in before I got here. Okay, so let me just do this here. Okay, so what I did was I took a picture of the screen and then I just put him here. All right, let me see here. We might have a little bit of a glare here, so let me do this here. All right, wait, and let me get my pen out. All right. So here we go again. This is about configurations, and so we're gonna go over here to our person, and then we're going to do a little bit of drawing. Okay. All right. So I make this bigger. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna configure my features. Now, when I do the configuration, I want you to look at his eyes. Let's look in deep, and then you see that there's a pupil inside of the eye shape. You take that pupil and you draw a straight line down. Now we can see there's this looks like a bit of a rectangle shape. Okay. Now watch this. I'm gonna draw two. I'm gonna put a nose, right, and then I'm gonna put a shape that goes right in the middle. Put some eyebrows, right? Okay, and then watch as I begin to draw his features around it. Okay. Now, if you look at that picture, you can see how, without me even drawing a lot of anything, I was able to make a very simple cartoon of this guy using this concept. Okay. So when you make your configurations, it's not from the end of the eye, it's from the pupil distance. Whatever your pupil distance is in relation to your mouth shape is what we're looking for. So when this allows you, no matter which way the person is turning or moving when you're drawing live, it's going to be like, it doesn't matter what they do at this point, because you know that they have that. If they move to the side, they still have the same configuration. The only thing that changed is that the nose shape went to the left or to the right. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't change the way that you're drawing the picture. And then you can draw your eye shape around. Now, if I want to get more detailed, now details are when you do this. Okay, now we've detailed the eyes to make him look more like him, but we don't need to do that to make him look like him. That has nothing to do with what you look like. It has everything to do with which one of these are in your face. In other words, to break it down really simple, caricature is just how well you can see shapes inside of the face, or where the dead space of the face is. The dead space is where there is no feature, where there is no eye, where there is no nose. What the stuff around it is kind of telling you where to put everything. And when somebody is identifying somebody, what the other person's brain is actually doing is just looking at this in the face. But we think, because we don't understand the science of caricature, that it's tied up to, if I don't draw this eye exactly the way it is, I ain't going to be able to get a likeness of him. That has nothing to do with it. Now, once you understand this, you're going to draw more confidently, because there's no way you can mess up. Watch. We can do, let me see here. Okay, let me show you this here. An exaggeration then is, this is the shape of his face, right? What's an exaggeration? This is the basic shape. Okay, we did it like a rectangle. Okay. Okay, look, glasses. Okay, Okay. Whatever have you. All right, now, how can I exaggerate this guy? Watch this. Well, how do you exaggerate a rectangle? It's really only one way, because you have to you can't break the rule. You can't not draw a rectangle. You can only draw a rectangle to draw his face. But I didn't say how you could do. So watch this. Rectangle is also this. Let's say I had his eyes here, and let's say I wanted to make his nose longer. Okay. And then I wanted to bring his mouth down, and I wanted to make that even longer. Okay? Now, watch the exaggeration happen. All the thing I'm doing here is moving his mustache down, right? And now I've exaggerated this relationship. I've shortened, because even the face must obey. Okay? If you want to add more details, then you get in and you start doing all this stuff. Okay? That's what an exaggeration is, okay? You can do it a multitude of ways. You can go the other way with it. You can make it and then basically all you're doing is this. At that point, this always represents like a center point to my face. So I usually, for men, I can put a little bit more jawline. For women, I try to keep it a little bit more equilateral. But what we'll do, we'll also try this with a female shape, right? So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go here. You know what? I have a website here. Wait, close. Let's like, let me go to my gallery here. Downloads. Okay, so let's just try any face, okay? All right, we're not. Okay. And we'll do a female face after this, okay? All right, so let me see here. What do we see here? Well, if we look at our pupillary distance versus mouth shape, easily we see a triangle. So all I have to do is remember to move his features in close, bring this part out like this, and then all I'm going to do is bring this out like this. Okay. Now you can see here what his face looks like. Okay. Now look, once again, it doesn't have to have all this other stuff. This looks like him already. Even if I don't do anything else to this picture, that's a good cartoon of him. But once again, I can do this. Okay. Now you can see the relationships because now you've made a cartoon, and you can do this anyway. You can make the shapes do like this as long as you watch. I can move them out a little further if they're too close together for me. I can come out here, but as long as my face is taking on this rectangle, I'm going to be able to exaggerate him. If I go over here and I want to exaggerate even further, I can move these out a little bit more, right? I can move the nose out way out here. Watch this. I can move them out just a little bit more. See the configuration? Exaggeration starts to happen. Okay, so we don't have to draw the whole face over again, but you see what I'm talking about. All right, so let's try this with a female face right here. So let's. Now, that's not the right shape. I could do that shape if I want to by making her lips smaller and like this and more poutier. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go here. And so this is the shape that I see. So this looks more like a cup, if you will, right? So as long as I draw my features in a cup formation, right? I want to express my eyes so this is what I'll do. I'll draw big pupils, right? Okay, so here, because I want to express the eyes in this situation, I'll go ahead and draw big pupils. And then I'll come down here, right? And then I'll draw my nose shape, right? So I'll do like this. And then I'll come down here and I'll draw my mouth shape. Okay, as you can see, the cup shape is already there. You can see the shape of the cup, right? Going here, 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 and then across here, right? And then I'll go ahead and put my brow shapes, okay? And then I'll put my bridge of my nose. Inside of this, I could go ahead and I can do this right here, and then watch this. If I don't want to do nothing else, I can just do this, all right? And then draw some features here. Okay, so you can see there's a good likeness there. Okay, I don't really have to do much. All right. Again, that cup shape can be exaggerated in a number of ways. So I can also do this right here if I want. I can do it this way and just do this as long as it's in that cup configuration. All right, I can do a whole bunch of stuff. Watch. Okay, now watch this. I can come over here and I can do this. Okay. Okay, that's another way we can do it right there. So that's pretty cool. But the cup is the key to her face. It even tells me how I need to draw her whole face, because your whole face matches the configuration of a little piece of your face. So if this is the basis of a small piece of your face, it's also the basis of the large face. Look at the overall head shape, and you really think about it. If I do this like a cup shape almost, her hair is just really just coming over the top of a cup. You see? Look at the cup shape of everything, right? Coming into this cup. So we got a cup inside of a cup, right? Basically. All right, so that's how we would do that one right there. So now I'm just gonna go through a couple of faces, and then I'm just gonna kind of draw them, demonstrating this a little bit more. I'm gonna kind of work with it. This is what our entire stream is gonna be about today. I'm not gonna cover a whole lot of different things. I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna change up kind of the way that I'm doing it, just by, one thing at it. We'll talk about one thing on the stream, and this way we can leave with a good understanding. So let's discard that. Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed that video tutorial. If you did, don't hesitate, guys, to go ahead and give us a like. Also, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the notifications button. This way, when we put up new material, you'll be the first to know. If you have any questions about our markers or pens or paper, and you'd like to know where I get some of the materials that I use here on my art stream, there's a link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. And also, guys, we'd like to welcome your questions and comments so that we can get some new ideas. It's always good to have new, fresh ideas for our next and upcoming videos. Oh, and don't forget to check out these two super cool videos right here. So guys, thanks again for your love and support of our channel. You guys be safe out there. And as always, guys, I wish you happy cartooning.